Hey guys, John G, Modern Design Aquascaping. Our team builds custom ponds, fountains, and waterfalls out of natural stone and wood. My goal is to educate and inspire the entire world about ponds and water features. I'm getting ready to take off, go to North Dakota. I sold 3 water feature projects right before I got ready to leave. The team is gonna go knock one out. They're getting ready to build a waterfall for the birds. The homeowners are bird lovers. They got a 13-foot long space. They're gonna create an amazing water feature. Their deal is they want a great sound and they want a spot to attract more birds to their yards. There's turkeys back there. It's proof that birds are good. Guys, stay tuned. Let me know what you think. If you love what the guys build, tell them they knocked it out of the park. If you think the waterfall's for the birds, well, just say so. Guys, appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Stay tuned. Support us. We'll support you. Have a great one. I'm heading.
Today we are in Knoxville, Tennessee. Once again, seems to be one of our most favored workplaces, and this is the beginning of a pondless waterfall, so mainly a birding stream, if you will. We have a beautiful patio area off to the side where they can sit and have a fire. Look at this thing. The house is down that way. You've got a nice little walk up here. Fortunately, we have this kind of wall, this retention wall that's about 18 inches high off the patio, and that will be the frame for our very first waterfall. Coming off of that wall, right up in here somewhere, having our first waterfall falling down this way, and then we're gonna have a nice wide meandering stream, hopefully a piece of driftwood that I'm already hoping that we can put it in my mind, but is not included. But I'm really hoping we can get a stump in here and the water just forced pushing around this thing, going around the roots to the side. Nice slow moving water so the birds can come in and enjoy, bringing it pretty close up to the patio but leaving room for plants. And then we've got our last waterfall after our twists and turns coming down here and falling down towards this walking area and visible from the house. So you guys stay tuned, like, subscribe our videos, because this is going to be sweet. And we are off to the races. Boulders coming in eventually, don't know when. Seems to be a hard thing to get these days, but I'm getting to work. So later, guys. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Okay. Nice fall that way. Forced to sweep around. That's what I'm saying with that piece of driftwood right here would be nasty. So that the waterfall falls down and pretty much crashes into it and then is forced to do a U-turn. And then that would make some nice calm spots right on the viewing area for said birds. Well, that didn't take very long. Say we're wildly positive that this is the irrigation. Pretty certain it's right here, right on the edge of our reservoir. And someone, won't mention any names, Daniel, chopped it in half with a shovel. So, we might have water falling faster than we thought. If this stuff is in your yard and we're doing a project, 99 out of 98 times we're gonna hit it. Oh, good stuff. Let's get back to digging.
I did a thing. PWD, some plumbing well distracted, having a good time, not paying attention to what I'm doing, and I glued the wrong side. So, there goes that. Time to start over. Well, I done fixed her. So, I guess we can carry on doing what we're doing. Boys staying busy over there, and I got not slack on my end, so get back to it.
These things are sweet. So I know I'm acting very surprised, but I did actually pick all of these things. So luckily, the last couple times I've went and picked boulders, I say luckily, it's very difficult for us because when he's out of rock, it makes it very hard to do our job. And this one, it lined up perfectly to where I went up there to pick these boulders as the team was finishing up the reservoir, and they literally had just came off the truck. No weight on them, no nothing. Didn't know how much they weighed. So some of these I picked are probably a little too big, maybe. We'll see. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure I stayed in the wheelhouse of what our machine could move, but man, these things are absolutely incredible. This guy right here, one of my favorites. There's one over there. There's a couple over there. Like, I just love these rocks. I don't know why. I love rocks so much, but man, I love them. It makes my job so much easier when we've got beautiful stones like this to play with the entire time. Beautiful stream rocks. They just make me so happy. I can just see the water going around this guy. It's like right on the front of it, like little birds playing. And these framers, waterfall framers. Beautiful cutouts on them, just natural striations through the front. It's gonna contrast the water levels. Nice round turtle shell down here. Oh my God, that is the exact one that I picked for that side of the stream for the water to crash into and run around. Like, beautiful. This makes me so happy. It's such a beautiful day. I love my job. I love it here. I love you guys. I love it all. Yes. This is a good boulder. It's you. You are.
Have the framer be the waterfall?
Yeah, the framer be the waterfall rock. 2 boulder framers. I picked these guys for that, exactly. They literally dropped it out of the truck, and this piece was sitting next to it sideways, like it broke off when it hit the ground. And I was just like, perfect. I can capitalize on that. Like the Facebook Live, it's pretty good. It's like, this rock right here, it broke, and you know, I could tell you guys what I'm gonna do with it, but 1, I want it to be a surprise, and 2, I don't know yet. But stay tuned, you'll find out. Oh yeah, there's crystals in there. first off, I'm gonna open up by saying, if we're on your project, please, for the love of Goblin, turn off the irrigation system when we start your project. It has been beautifully sunny out here, nice and dry for the machines. And as you can see, it is not dry out here anymore. So the sprinkler systems went crazy apparently last night. We've got standing water in here. All of our dirt is now mud. We're sticking, slipping, sliding, falling. It has been wild out here. But besides the fact, what we have found off to the side of this wall, we've got this corrugated pipe, which is a French drain, I believe it's what it's called. Goes behind the wall, gravel over top, fabric on top of that, so it doesn't capture sediment. But one thing we're doing with this here is we have created an elevation change that will prohibit, or inhibit. It's one of those two. The water from going down this hill after we've got this all up. So we're bringing dirt up, we've got boulders, and the last thing we want is to have all the water that gets captured off the back of this wall funneled out into a nice little muddy spot and then onto the patio. So what we actually have to do, unforeseen things, in our contract terms, which you will read if we ever do a project with you, we don't know what's under the ground. It's kind of hard to tell, you know? No one's gonna mark a French drain behind a wall. And what we have to do is something with all of this water besides throw it out onto the patio with a bunch of muddy debris, because nobody wants that. So we pretty much took a negative and turned it into a positive. I threw out the option of rerouting this thing, digging it down all the way down below patio level now, and then running solid pipe all the way into the reservoir. So every time it rains, all the water that goes back down behind that wall is gonna perk down through the gravel into that slotted pipe, into a solid pipe so it can't carry debris down in, and it's gonna be routed right into the reservoir. So what we actually found, it is an additional expense, which we just covered, they're good to go, is now we are going to just have to fill this Pondless Waterfall less often than it's already gonna need filled. And it really doesn't need filled that often, so it's gonna be pretty sweet. That's what we're on right now. This thing is coming together beautifully, and this is pretty much the only hiccup we've had, is you know, slip and slides, unintentional slip and slides, mud waterfall, and drain pipe behind a wall that's gotta go somewhere. So that's what we're about to do. Get to trenching. You guys stay tuned. So I really wanted to talk about this waterfall. First things first, it's formed with 2 boulders, which I love to do. Second thing, this rock is the one that I had plans for. I told you guys I had plans. I didn't know what I was gonna do with it. I had a vague idea, but this is what it has turned out to be, and it is amazing. So as this rock got dropped off the truck over on the rock yard in Grandview, Tennessee, Virgil Reed Stone, for those of you who haven't seen it, they got such great rocks, but this one came off the truck. And where these little roots and stuff had grown into the side of the rock in the natural cracks and crevices, it caused this portion to actually split and crack. So when this rock got dropped off the truck, this piece just like rolled off the side of the rock, and as soon as I saw this thing, the piece was laying next to it, I was like, that could not have worked out any more beautiful than it did. Because now what we have are these 2 amazing stones tucked nice together with a natural ledge from this rock with a little fern tucked in the corner. It's the most beautiful thing. And then we've got a nice sharp edge for the waterfall to actually cascade off there. So water is gonna be ripping around the corner of this thing, filling in all the cracks and crevices and gaps. It's gonna like literally, you're gonna have water falling off this way. It's gonna be mostly going down the side in this little front section, but then you're gonna have little bits that squirt off to the side over here. And it is going to be ridiculous. I mean, I don't even know how this could have worked any better than it did. So thankfully that all dropped off the truck. It's like, you know, like I'm saying, you have water going off both sides of this thing. It's gonna be absolutely beautiful. So you guys see it running, and we'll be back. Alrighty guys, this has been another awesome project. The weather out here has been absolutely beautiful. Could not ask for better outside of the sprinkler systems making everything muddy anyways. But these waterfalls, they turned out so good. This stone up here is one of my favorite things pretty much ever. It's one of the best things ever. What more could you ask for besides two rocks pinched together with a natural cutout in between them to make a beautiful falls? It is amazing. A little fern tucked inside. This has just been great. Plus, I love the birds. So getting to bring the birds into the scenario in here and have some crazy moving water. We've got some deep sections where the water's falling, and just having all kinds of spots for everything to hang out in here and just have a good old time, just like we do when we're playing in these water features. It just makes my day pretty much. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Another great one. Like, thumbs up, comment, subscribe, stay tuned, because we just pretty much never stop. And yeah, there'll be more to come. So you guys have a good one. I'm out.
Well, guess what, guys? It's over. I'm back from North Dakota. The team has finished all 3 of the waterfall projects that I sold before I left. This is the medium-sized one. Tell me what you think. Seriously, share your thoughts down there in the comment section. Inquiring minds want to know. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, hit your neighbor, hit your friend, hit your sister. I'm kidding, don't hit your sister. I'm out. John G.